The Madman!
So finally, I'm back from TwitchCon. I spent a little bit over a week there. It was very eventful, very exciting, and last year's TwitchCon was actually kind of meh. But this year, it's one of the first times in a convention where I've been like, man, I actually want to stay one more day to meet everyone. I was kept pretty busy during this one. So last Tuesday, I flew off to Seattle in order to go to Wizards of the Coast's recording studio for playing Magic the Gathering Arena, a more fast-paced Magic Online. You basically play Magic the Gathering, except online, and it's not actually MTGO. My opponent was Numet the Mummy, and we're playing Ixalan block constructed, basically. Well, Ixalan only. And he was playing a fan-made creation deck, which featured a very strange artifact where you had to play a few spells in order to activate its more powerful side, and then you would basically get to double the spells you played. It was pretty tough to win against my beatdown deck. So that's how I managed to defeat a Magic the Gathering pro in a show match. Afterwards, I went to play board games with a few Seattle friends, so that was a pretty sick day. We played Terraforming Mars twice. And then on Thursday, I finally traveled over to the actual TwitchCon event. I went there a day early, or the day before TwitchCon, because we were there for a rehearsal. I was going to do a bunch of Lineage 2 Revolution stuff there, which happened on Saturday, and it was an awesome experience. Thursday night is when the Aquarium Discord party happened. However, we were late because the rehearsal went long. But that didn't suck because that meant I got to sit by day 9 the whole time and hear his awesome stories. The guy is a genius storyteller, and he just talked about everything that he's experienced in the esports world. And I know what you're here for. You want to know whether or not there are any ladies at the aquarium that I got to swim with. The answer is, unfortunately, I'm not a very good swimmer. So on to TwitchCon itself. So on Friday, that was the first day of TwitchCon. Notable about Friday was that the line into TwitchCon was so long, rapid across the building. I think it took 1 to 2 hours to actually get into TwitchCon, depending on where you were at. It was only a Friday problem, though. Saturday and Sunday were much better. So I mainly wandered around and watched some panels. I attended the How to Stream Board Games panel, and I was really amazed by the production quality of some of the board game streamers out there. Got to meet a few of the top board game streamers. Really fantastic guys. So Tempest Storm actually had a booth at TwitchCon, and they had this arcade game. They actually held a tournament with this arcade game. So the game was Killer Queen. It's a game in which one player plays the queen and is super powerful. If you kill the queen 3 times, then you win. Your team wins. And there's also alternate scoring victories, but that's the most common one. I managed to play the queen a few times. We altered strategies in between like keep away and like actually going aggressive. Turns out there's a really high skill curve on Killer Queen. Also, it can hurt your hands if you button mash too much in arcade games. So that was my first injury. I wrapped my hand up in one of the many shirts that I had been given. Oh, by the way, speaking of many swags, this is also a swag showing stream. So here's my Magic the Gathering swag. Got an awesome sweatshirt. Oops, upside down. I had so much swag that we're gonna showcase how I cleverly packed my swag later. Wizards of the Coast does not hold back on the swag, yeah. We've got our hoodie, and I did not expect to have to bring this back. We've got a board game. The Tomb of Annihilation board game. Sick. It's a board game full of quests where you have a cooperative group of 2 to 5 players taking on the various scenarios of the new campaign Tomb of Annihilation. We got a backpack full of swag from Wizards of the Coast. So I've got this, what is it, Magic the Gathering Commander deck, Arcane Wizardry, featuring the oversized card of Inala, 100 card tribal deck. This was one of, I think, 4 backpacks I received, but because the Wizards backpack was already packed full of swag, I could not pack this backpack in other backpacks. You'll see later about the backpacks in the backpacks. We got one of these dual decks, which is, I guess, one of the things where you can just take immediately out of the game and then start playing one-on-one. Nice way to get started, I guess, with a pre-built deck for friends. I like that idea. These didn't exist back in my day. Let's see, what is this? A Planeswalker deck. An actual deck with Jace Ingenious Mind Mage. This is one of those pre-constructed single-player decks. What do we got here? We've got the Huatli pre-constructed deck. Oh man, I got all the pre-constructed decks, didn't I? Oh, sick. And then From the Vault Lore, which features 15 premium foil cards, super OP cards from way back when. I recognize a few of them from when I was playing. We've got the Jite over there. Umazawas or something. Obliterate. I used to play this Obliterate card in my Terravore deck, I think it was. Where you just ramped up and then you killed all the lands with the Obliterate and then played something. Sick deck, yeah. Alright, what else do we have in here? They packed this stuff full of goodies, and I don't actually even really know fully what's in here yet. Oh, alright, we got some Magic the Gathering packs. Conspiracy packs. I think this is the specifically multiplayer draft format pack, where you want to go with a group of friends and then draft from these. And then I actually went to visit the Dungeons & Dragons area. By the way, I'm running a Dungeons & Dragons show for those who don't know. So I managed to acquire all the swag from that too. We got the spellbook cards for Cleric, Arcane, Bard. Man, I made out like a bandit. Another conspiracy pack. I was wondering where my sixth one went. We've got an Ixalan 10 booster pack box. Yes, this is all coming from this backpack, by the way. They really packed this backpack. There's an Ixalan pre-release pack. That's what you get for when you're doing the pre-releases, presumably. Now here's one more of the spellbook cards. We've got Paladin and Ranger. Cool little comic book about Dungeons & Dragons. Read that sometime. My, Beware the Demigorgon hat. There it is. Great show. I'm happy that Dungeons & Dragons is kind of in pop culture because of it. Let's see, what is this hat? Ah, here's the slightly more boring but also functional Magic the Gathering hat. And finally, Magic the Gathering cup. This feels weird. Alright, well, it's a cup. It's got all the colors on it. Wait, why is it purple? What? Okay, I think that's nope. Yes, that is, no, hold on. We still got a notebook for the Planeswalkers. Okay, and that's my bag of holding backpack there. So Friday was the first day of TwitchCon. I went to visit some panels. Conan O'Brien showed up for the Lineage 2 Revolution booth. And unfortunately, I wasn't slated to do anything on that day. He and Day 9 and Disguised Toast had a good conversation on stage. They're very good improv people, all of them, including Toast, I guess. Toast was more of the fall guy. And after the show was VillainCon, the best party I've ever been to. And this is where I bring out my backpack of backpacks, a true packing feat. And I'm certain that I have the swag to show in here. And I haven't sorted it out yet because I wanted to showcase my awesome packing skills. So you know how I got that one backpack? It was really tough to bring back all of the swag. I did some calculations in terms of value, and this is the backpack I brought. But in terms of the value of swag, it turns out that the backpack itself is probably worth the most, so I had to make sure to bring all the backpacks back. So here's backpack number 1 in the backpack. This backpack is from the Red Bull onboarding that I did. Probably the nicest looking backpack I have. Red Bull Signature. So this is very much like H1Z1. We'll showcase this backpack later. Alright, this backpack is from VillainCon, and this is where I'm going to be, what I'm going to talk about next. Also known as the best party I've ever attended, and it's gonna be tough to top this one. So Blizzard held a party at TwitchCon. It's called VillainCon, where everyone showed up in masks. Or rather, they gave us all masks to go to the party with. These are really, really good masks also. As a Hearthstone player, they assigned me, basically assigned, the Lich King mask. Very, very spooky looking. Doesn't work very well with glasses, unfortunately, but we'll showcase it for a bit. Top-notch quality, and everyone got one of 4 of these masks. There was also Deathwing, Reaper, and there was a Skeleton King, I think Lyric. The idea of the party was basically inviting all the really good villains out there, see if you can compete with villains. And there were a lot of missions to do during that. How it worked is you started off with 4 of your pin. So I started off with 4 Lich King pins. And then you had to meet the other people with masks and actually trade them, because you had to complete the full set. So you had to go up to someone wearing a Skeleton King mask and a Reaper mask and a Deathwing mask, and then trade your pins for them. Apparently these pins are also super rare, so that's pretty cool. And then, on top of that, there were 4 sub-events to get like these 4 challenge pins. So in the upstairs area, there was a laser maze where you had to crawl through a bunch of lasers and hit a few key buttons at the end. If you managed to do that in a time frame, you got this pin. The Lich King pin, you had to take a picture on the frozen throne. Once you did, you got to go into the secret room where there was an ice cooler, which looked awesome, and it was some sort of Lich King themed freezer. It dispensed some sort of alcohol in an amazing fountain-like fashion. This one's cool. You got to design your own customized short, and then when you did that, which they made on the spot, you got this pin. I'll show off the shirt. And then this one is you played a game with other people. It was a reflex game in which you had to hit a button, and those who didn't hit it first got shocked, and those who hit it first got the pin. As I'm not great at reflexes, I had to get shocked a few times before I got that pin. There was also Ragnaros Roulette in the casino, where it was just literally roulette, Ragnaros themed. Pretty cool. And also some blackjack. That was like a sub-theme in which you could win cool prizes. I didn't go to it because there were too many cool BlizzCon, Blizzard-type people to meet at VillainCon. Let's see, is my shirt in here? I think this is where I would put it. Where is the fun in playing fair? VillainCon 2017. Trump. It works on so many levels. And here's the bag that I have in my bag. TwitchCon Fanny pack. This was received at the beginning of TwitchCon. So all in all, we managed to pack 3 bags in the backpack. 2 of which are actually legitimate bags. Oh, and also, of course, this super cool mug. I think I should keep it in the bubble wrap for posterity, but it's a really nice mug. It says VillainCon 2017. And I don't want to reduce the collectible value of this mug, but dang, that is one sick mug. Here, I'll pop a few just for you though. There, see? Got it. Okay, TwitchCon Fanny Pack. This one just had a bunch of advertisements in it, really. The coolest thing in the TwitchCon Fanny Pack was a purple marker, which I used to sign a lots of people's stuff. And or lots of people. A deck of cards, VillainCon themed. I think we'll keep it in here for the collectible value as well. Man, good memories from this party though. It was kind of exclusive-ish too. This is where Kibler gave me a good licking.
Say it again.
Oh my god!
So here I thought it was just, you know, some cute girl coming to lick my ear, but unfortunately it was the Kibler. So second day of TwitchCon, Saturday. This was kind of the main business reason that I went to TwitchCon. I was showing Lineage 2 Revolution. I was doing 30 versus 30 raids, and it was actually really, really cool. The stage was awesome, the cosplays are awesome. You have to see the grandeur of literally getting 60 people on a stage in the formation. The idea is to have 2 commanders. It was myself, against Reynad. It was myself against Disguised Toast. There was one other one, but I won't mention it. And I managed to crush those two. So I took on all of my experience as a raid leader and led my team in decisive victories against Reynad and Disguised Toast. And it's a really good watch, actually. Let's see, final day of TwitchCon. That was kind of my day of chilling. I did a brief Elder Scrolls Legends stream. And other than that, I managed to use the final day to just talk with a bunch of very, very cool Twitch people. I made sure to give myself plenty of time for traveling and walking because I actually do like getting approached by people who go to TwitchCon because they're here to see us, right? And it's very reinvigorating for the soul to be at a convention where everyone is like, hey, I love you, I love watching you. Sign my stuff, take a picture. I love doing that. So I encourage you to do that if you're going to BlizzCon and future events that I'm at too. Couldn't do it without you guys, you know. On that final night, I skipped the party because there was a cooler thing to do. I went to play board games with Seagull. Yes, that's right, the Overwatch Seagull. And some other cool people. And like Disguised Toast said, girl streamers love streamers with a big audience. That's probably why it was so popular. So, after TwitchCon, I traveled over to Santa Monica because Tempo Storm recently signed on with Red Bull. We're actual sports now, pretty much. And we got to hang out, meet everyone in Tempo Storm. We hung out one of the days on the beach. I fell asleep on the beach because I was really tired since they made us wake up at 8 a.m. Not even wake up, they made us get on a shuttle at 8 a.m., which means I had to wake up somewhere around 7 a.m. And you know me, I tend to wake up around noon. So, Red Bull. We got a cool swag bag from Red Bull as well. Very nice bag. This might be the bag that I start carrying around everywhere because it actually looks super nice. Let's see, anything cool in here? Oh! Sick, so here's where my hoodie was. I thought that I had lost it somewhere because, you know, you can lose your sweaters and whatnot everywhere, your hoodies. Here's my Lineage 2 Revolution hoodie. Looks really nice. At the Red Bull Tempo Storm meeting place, I actually got to playtest Reynad's new card game as well. It looks pretty promising. It's in Super Alpha right now, and there's a bunch of balancing to be done. For those who didn't know, he is creating a mobile card game. That's right, Reynad actually making a card game for the second time since he created Hearthstone, as you know. The awesome cherry on top is on the final day with Tempo Storm, on the final night, I managed to do not just one, but 2 escape rooms with Reynad and more of the people from Tempo Storm as well. You managed to get out of all of them. Go Tempo Storm. We're great gamers, obviously. Reynad did carry us through the escape room. He was surprisingly on point. Don't tell any of these guys it, but I held back a little bit because I wanted to make sure that, and this is good guy Trump here, I wanted to make sure they got the full experience of the escape room, so sometimes I just kind of pointed them in the right direction. Hey, that kind of looks funny. What do you think about that? And stuff like that, because sometimes even though I knew the answer, I was like, or I thought I knew, I was like, huh, wouldn't it be cool if they solved it? So I was kind of pulling the strings behind the back. But no, for real though, some serious props to Reynad who came up with some answers which I completely overlooked. Also at TwitchCon, I found my dearly beloved new girlfriend and waifu. Introducing Oraraka. A lot of talented artists at TwitchCon, and this one was made by the very talented Sailor Twift, best girl in Boku no Hero Academia. And good news to those females out there, if you think you can do better than this one, and it would be very tough to, I am still available. Good luck beating Ochikada.